Peace out.
That sounds right. In tech, that sounds very accurate.
That's literally tech.
Damn,
it's like Brett every year that his contract goes up, he's job hunting, and he still just hasn't found a job that pays him more for what he does better yet than the job he has in Florida. He wants the fuck out of Florida. He can't stand that fucking state.
Florida's a trash state.
But he makes
it's a dumpster state.
It's garbage.
Florida is nice on the outside. You just look at Florida. If you just think about Florida,
you know what? You're right.
You know what? Florida.
It's a bunch of old retired people. It's a bunch of young people in Miami.
It's a bunch of beaches,
parties. Outside looking in.
You'll maybe see The Rock every now and then.
If you have a brochure of Florida, you're like, wow, Florida.
Yeah.
You can't brochure Detroit, Michigan to nobody.
No. You cannot.
Versus. And really, like, it is even true outside looking in. Like, the coast is basically what people think Florida is the coast.
Yeah.
All around.
Miles and centuries of beaches.
The outside of Florida. The only scrap of inside that people like of Florida is Orlando. That's it. It's Disney.
Bruh.
Literally.
Daytona Beach is a dumpster.
It's terrible. I can't remember a time I didn't hate Florida because I lived there when I was so young. Like when I was 4 to 11, I lived there. And then when I left, we were like, oh, you lived in Florida? That's so nice. Did you go to Miami? Miami was so cool. How about Orlando? Oh, the beach is so pretty. I'm sitting like, are you fucking stupid? This is a shithole. Nah, you're just weird. Like, no, man, Florida sucks.
I'm almost done with my Yoma stuff since they dragging their feet with that old bush. I'm not bitter. Who's bitter? $160 for a platinum? What? For freaking 3 guests? Who cares?
You bought the platinum.
Yes, I did. Because I'm like, it's Yoma. Yoma's going to bring guests. Why wouldn't they bring guests? That's silly. You silly. I'm silly.
Drew is referencing, by the way, is he's going for an IT job.
Good for him. You gotta get out of the businesses.
Gotta get.
I've actually
you get trapped.
Yeah, I've been talking to a bunch of like friends like from high school and stuff like that, and a friend of mine actually, Ralph, asked about the classes that Kelly's taking and like info about it. So he's a car mechanic, so he's just like, I'm coming home in pain every day. And this is coming from a very staunch Republican. He's just like, as Obama once said, it's time for a change. I'm like, oh, all right, buddy.
Yikes.
I lucked out, but I also didn't luck out.
No. You searched. You sat for them months looking for something
Exactly. Good. I got lucky because I just sort of bumbled my way into it, but I also didn't get lucky because it was just months of me going, I guess it just isn't happening. What now? What do I go back? Of course I don't go back, but I can't go to something just like a step above. What now?
Yeah.
So you got that weight on your head where you're just like, yeah. So yeah, take them risks.
Yes.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Take the risks if you can afford to take risks at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, I don't want no kids. I don't want no kind of attachments.
Bruh,
None of that.
People ask me, do you have any kids? I'm like, no. Why not?
Why not?
Because my ain't together.
You know what I'm saying?
So why would I bring a kid in?
Man.
I know.
People are just like, yo, you 25, 26, kid time.
Like, no, it ain't.
Fam, I'm 30. It's not kid time.
It ain't kid time.
These are conversations I've had with various friend groups. I was never expecting to have these conversations on the podcast.
Bruh, we done talked about everything on here. We haven't, and you're going, we're never going to talk about the times to have kids.
It's too normal.
I talked about someone getting shot.
It's too normal of a conversation to have for this podcast.
In a sense, it's not. It's a social commentary thing.
One of my previous jobs where They were just having some, like, guests over. It was at NetJets. They were having, like, some kind of thing where they had a whole bunch of people that normally weren't at the office. So I had to park in the parking lot across the street. And that's when it happened to be, like, negative 15 degrees with, you know, another 5-degree wind chill. I just remember walking in, like, fuck this, fuck this bullshit. Literally at work, Amazon, earmuffs, order. I think I paid for 1 day shipping, too.
That would not.
Oh, they got you, Mike. I want kids, but just when I'm ready.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're stable.
Everything has to be together.
Yep.
Or at least 85% of yours should be together.
That's a
My
solid
dad,
percentage.
growing up, my dad always said, don't have a kid until you own a car, you own a home, and you've got at least 6 figures in the bank. That's when you can safely as a kid.
Own a home, that's a little much. But I'll be seeing girls with like 3 kids and a stroller getting on a bus. I'm like,
What are you doing?
It's the same out here. It's thing is, you're living in that realm, in this bottom tier area that we've existed in for pretty much our entire lives. That's the norm. They're going to be broke forever, so they just have a bunch of kids, and most of them end up on the government support system.
It ain't
Most
just
of
broke
them
people.
want it hardcore.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's
Like,
been...
they're proud of going, I'm just going to go on Section 8.
Yeah.
Like, how can you be proud of
I'm gonna have
do
another
something
kid
with
so I can get more money.
There's,
I keep seeing it.
I very much want to start a family with someone. I don't want to
Come into.
I could do it. I just would rather start a family.
I am fine with that because in Detroit, it's pretty much a guarantee that you're gonna have to deal with somebody that has a kid. You're out here having kids at 17. You're not coming into a situation.
Well, that's the thing, though.
80%
with
of the time,
0 kids.
80, like most of the time, you just gotta know. Oh, she got a kid or 2.
Yeah. So, but that's actually true with online dating too, where it's just like you're going through. It's like, oh, this girl's cute. It's like, and like this has been a thing even when I was like in the mid-20s or early 20s, where it's like, you know, like spunky, carefree, mother to 3 beautiful girls. It's like, whoa, hold on,
You 21.
By the way, I have been loving your Jinbei videos.
Bruh!
Oh.
The Jinbeis are my second favorite, and it's creeping up on my favorite.
They're
for
not.
the Revisited.
They're not gonna beat the Golden Web, but they were an insane amount of fun.
The immediate. This guy is a theme monster.
Oh, he's a theme monster.
I love how through this series you guys have like truly discovered that just like you don't like themes at all. At all.
It's not even that. It's when people present your entire argument based around themes.
Yeah.
Because themes can be anything. They can be proven or disproven. They could be, evidence or, no, this because it doesn't fit this. It's all theory, and I have no problem with that. But if your entire video of why something is good centers around themes, that means you're molding it into what you want it to be, and that's why it's good. You can't just go, oh, this character did this awesome thing, and this was awesome.
And it's narratively consistent with this, and this.
No, you just go, 'cause of fate. 'Cause of racism. That's why it good.
That why?
And I'm not about that.
Out of context, that statement is.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
It's good because of racism.
Racism. That's why it good. And then I did the whole you can't speak well thing. That's why it good. So Twitch. My best right now is basically like 27-year-old moms, because they've been mostly done dirt in life,
And now they're ready for that lame.
and they want somebody to hear them out. And I am a great listener. I will listen to you. I will respond in kind, and I will throw in some laughs. And that's what they're looking for.
Mostly this Detroit. It's mostly the thug dudes. It's just like,
They just-
as you get older, you either stay on that course or you get off that train.
I don't see
And
how
then
anybody
just like,
stays
uh-oh.
on that course.
Yeah, it's
Dude, I saw some 42-year-old dude with his pants like down to here,
like, what
listening
are
to
you
some.
doing?
I'm like, this is not you, or it is you, and it's even sadder.
So I
You
had
can't buck trans in your 40s.
not in that same vein, but I had something kind of similar happen to me this past week where I was driving to get lunch, and I'm at a traffic light, and next to me, some guy has his windows down, and it's just hardcore gangster rap, N-words everywhere, just let them pussy soak, just blaring. I'm like, and I wasn't looking at the guy. I'm like, this is like fucking high school shit. Like, what? Why are you doing it? So I'm turning left, he's pulling straight. So as the light turns green, as he pulls ahead of me, I look to my right, and it's like a 20-something's white dude. I'm like, oh no!
Oh, what are you doing,
Dude!
sir?
No!
Let me mentor you on how wrong you are.
Like, you are in the middle of, like, white, rich suburb area, and it's just hardcore.
That's why.
Yeah. We were just talking about some of the wonderful Dragon Ball Hero stuff that has come out recently.
Legit wonderful.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
Don't enjoy yourself. You're only allowing these people to just make more of this with this secret Saiyan who's stronger than freaking SS Blue Vegito.
Cool.
And he's just in the shadows and never mentioned and in his secret prison.
Cool. Cool.
This is what we're getting.
Yep. But people recognize it's a fun joke, fluff, who gives a shit. As opposed to, here's Jiren, the greatest villain I've ever seen.
But he is, though.
Cool. Yep. Get in there.
That sounds like a very similar to reaction that you just had about Dragon Ball Heroes, though, so I'm confused.
No. I was talking, DA showed me another Heroes thing, and I'm just like, cool. No. Super is trash.
There's the tenors of BG's cools that you have to like really listen for the subtlety. Cool is like, yeah, he's okay with it. Cool is he's pissed off at it.
We in there. Trunks and Vegeta's fuse? Cool. Get in there.
Jiren?
Yep. No.
Anything Jiren is like, nah. My girl Belle took me straight to the top.
Why am I not surprised, Belle?
They weren't ready for it.
You almost lost to a Ganon.
You don't. That's the story of my life.
You're almost losing to a Ganon?
Almost losing the Ganon. Because no matter who you are, you're always one hit away from almost losing to a Ganon. It's not fair.
Is Ganon really
I'm just imagining like just milestone moments of your life, like graduating high school. You almost failed. It's just your teacher stamping an F on your paper. Doria!
Go to your job interview for your current job, and he's just waiting there behind the door, charging the kick, just waiting.
All right, let me open this door to the workshop. No! Pokemon had another little trailer thing. Showed off some new Dynamax forms, which are like the giant forms. Charizard looks fucking
so dumb.
I'm so
I
tired
hate
of
all
Pokemon.
of it. How y'all hitting 1,000 with all the humans and the Pokemon are just stinking up the joint. That coffin looks so dumb.
I like Dynamax Charizard. He looks pretty fucking
They
sick.
keep wheeling out Charizard.
And I'm okay with that.
Yes.
I'm sick of it. Blastoise and Venusaur gets no kind of love. Char is always Charizard, and I'm sick of it.
It's because Charizard, man.
Yeah. Charizard the best.
He's not the best.
He is the best.
Charizard the best.
He's not.
But
He is.
So they showed off a bunch of different Dynamax forms, and they have ones for the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I just love the fact that Let's Go Pikachu's Dynamax form is just original fat Pikachu.
Seriously,
It's
all
amazing. It is.
Can we talk about Meowths, though?
I hate it. It looks so stupid.
Long cat.
I hate it.
Very long cat.
Yeah.
Like, Pikachu's like, oh, okay, that's a cute callback. Meowth. Wait, guys, what the fuck?
That's that was the drugs finally kicking in. Like, they had some good designs, and then, like, at the peak of the creative portion of their high, they made Sirfetch'd, who's amazing. And then then they lost the buzz, and Dynamax Meowth came out of it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doolittle.
Oh, did you see
The accent is the thing.
Uh-huh.
the Reddit stuff?
No.
Wait, what?
The Reddit stuff surrounding Doolittle. There was a dude that was working on a production company, and he just started releasing information. So the director was a piece of that clearly was out of his league and did not know what he was doing and micromanaging everything. So they would be shooting for the day, and the people would go, so where are the animals going to be placed? Because we need to know where Downey's going to be standing so we can place the animals there in post. And he goes, we'll figure it out. Let's get this shot of shooting.
Great.
And there's like 5 stories of that.
Interesting.
We'll feel it out. Great.
The dude ended it with, I don't know who the production company is that they brought in, but if they can make it even watchable, they all deserve a raise. So he's thinking this is gonna be a dumpster fire.
Interesting.
I'd believe it. Which would be very sad for Downey, I feel like. He'd just kind of be annoyed.
Who cares? He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
Need it.
He's
This
made
dude
his
is
money.
doing. This is a passion project out there.
Yeah.
He's just like, whatever. Freaking dog movie, polar bear. Let's rock it.
Yeah,
He don't need this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 164.
We are starting without...
164!
Seriously? Seriously?
I see 64. That's the first thing that comes in my head.
Oh my god.
No one will ever know as much joy as that child when he got an N64 for Christmas. Ever.
I'm
not wrong. I ain't wrong.
I mean, I suppose so.
Yeah, 69. 69 is the sexiest number. And I will make a joke once we get to 169. Don't you worry, good sir.
He's made that joke both times we've been to 69.
The 3 times, because we've gotten to
Oh,
episode
you're right,
169 of the last podcast, too.
Oh my god.
We're old. So, BG right now is MIA. We are assuming he's sleeping because he works night shift. And he basically, we were going to, and DA is working today. He's gonna be running a little late.
He's on something. Oh.
He's actually in chat right now, so he should be here soon-ish.
So when you get home, wake up your bum brother and bring the man from the cave, please.
So yeah, we were talking today about, it's like, oh, if the DA's working, we could delay the podcast until 8. And BG was just like, I ain't gonna be there. If it's at 8, I'm sleeping.
Looks at watch. Oh, it's starting at 7. He still isn't here.
So we assuming he's asleep. But we have a bunch of news and stuff. First things first, though, I want to talk about some stuff that we recorded yesterday that will be out soon-ish. Yes!
Yeah.
So, BG kind of started this train. He... Was it for a bet? DA, I think it was for a bet. Anyways, BG started watching Genlock, Rooster Teeth's mecha anime thingy mabobber. So they were gonna do something on it. They wanted to do a podcast. Okay, he lost a bet. And I was like, oh, this is happening soon. I'm just gonna plow through it. Like, I want to be a part of this because I've heard things. I know it's bad. I watched it like 2 weeks ago, and we did our full-length podcast. This podcast will be called Because Reasons. Be called because tongue twister. Because Reasons. It's going to be a long-form podcast on a singular subject. The Ruby casts are also going to be under this banner now.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Which we also recorded as well, the intro to Volume 7, since we got the trailer and all that.
We made a slight error in judgment doing that directly after the 3-hour other one.
Yes. There's still some good stuff there.
We were dead. I was tired, but you guys were winded.
But there's still good stuff there. So yeah, those, be on the lookout for those. I don't know what order they're going to be out in because BG's working on the Genlock one. I'm going to be working on the Ruby one. With that out of the way, I guess we can start with the news that we have.
We can start with whatever because BG's not joining us.
So this podcast, I thought it was just this podcast where we had this unfortunate problem of anything that we would talk about if there was a... I guess he's just getting ready for work. They probably called him in early. Where we like talk about something or some kind of news or whatever, and then the next day, always the next day, no matter what day we have this podcast on, it was on Wednesdays before. Now it's on Thursdays. The next day, something super pertinent to what we talked about the day before pops up. Always. Yep.
Every time. Without fail.
So we do this again. 3-hour long Genlock podcast, retrospective podcast. Today, they announce Genlock Season 2. What the...
They announced Genlock Season 2, but where is it, Mike?
Yeah, I'm getting to that. I'm just talking about the absurdity of it doesn't matter what the fuck we do. Could have one topic, could have multiple topics, something pertinent next day. It's going to happen for sure.
This is true.
So, yes.
So, everyone should be tuning into our podcasts because whatever we talk about the following day, bombs will drop about it. And this will give them a head start to get ready for it, refresh it in their minds. Like, oh, I like that topic. I like that thing. Next day. Oh, I was just listening about this thing.
Like, literally, the one episode we were talking about all the crap with Sony and Disney fighting each other about Spider-Man and how this sucks and all that. The next day is when, like, the Tom Holland news popped up of how he negotiated them down and Spider-Man's back in the MCU. Literally the next fucking day. Yep.
Literally. Fucking every time.
Yes. So, Genlock Season 2. It's happening for one.
It's happening.
That's news in and of itself. And two, it is going to be a 90-day exclusive on HBO Max, I believe, right?
Yep.
Which is
not
HBO's
website.
Yeah, which is HBO's new streaming service. And so 90 days, a Rooster Teeth show is not going to be on Rooster Teeth. And then once that 90 days is up, it's going to be available for, I've seen a lot of great comments, their air quotes, first members. And people have been pointing out the absurdity of the name, where it's just like, I got this first membership so I could be first. I'm not going to be first with this show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing, too. I believe Genlock itself as well, the series, is a first show. Yep. You can't get it on a normal Rooster Teeth membership.
Nope.
No, well, legally.
Obviously.
So that's a thing. So now you're even putting another paywall, just because it's a HBO Max is a subscription. So you're putting another paywall to then 90 days later get put on your website that has a paywall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eventually it'll probably come to Cartoon Network or Adult Swim, since they seem to have a thing with Toonami.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of bullshit going on there, which is Rooster Teeth is under the Warner Media umbrella, which HBO is owned by, and there's a lot of stuff. We were talking today. Apparently, Sesame Street and Adventure Time are going to be on this service as well.
HBO Max, yeah. It's funny. People are complaining about how Sesame Street was founded to be a public, access show to educate poor kids, and now it's behind a paywall on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
How amazing!
The rich kids need some learning too. They can't be seen watching public television. Whatever channels they're watching have to at least cost a $30 subscription, please. At least a minimum.
And it has to be streamable only on an iPad device.
Oh yes, of course.
An Apple device.
That's the only thing that'll keep the kids' attention.
Exclusivity is so stupid.
I understand, like, why, air quotes.
Money, yes.
Except bring a person to your platform, you have your own things. But there's a thing called oversaturation, which is what we're getting to again.
Just like cable.
All these
we're
different streaming services.
Point of cable again.
Like, gaming works just because there's really only 3 people.
I mean, yeah, yes.
You can kind of count
there's
PC
Origin,
as a 4th.
Steam. There's Origin, Steam, BattleNet.
They don't, like, besides a sign up though, is what I'm saying is they don't.
Epic Games Launcher, Microsoft Games.
Most of those things don't cost anything though. To get on the platform.
To get on the platform, no. Their games do cost stuff though.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I'm saying, like, hey, come to our thing. We have this. I will say it is getting worse now with all the different PC marketplaces. But, historically, it's been like, PC has their own area, and then Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft. And you kind of, for those that could afford it, you can, like, get a little bit here, get a little bit there, or you just, like, you pick your one place, and it typically has anything that you would want.
Yeah.
But when
Speaking
you oversaturate,
of that, go ahead. Keep going.
That was just literally ending my point. Go ahead.
Oh. I was gonna say, speaking of gaming, while the other bums aren't here, have you seen the leaked model for the PS5 yet?
It looks weird.
It's a boxed V.
Those I will say that is a dev kit.
It's a dev kit, but still.
The dev kits look nothing like their production release.
True,
boxes.
But still, even as just a dev kit, what the fuck?
They aren't going for looks.
That.
Like, have you seen what a production server looks like in
yes.
like big areas? They ain't there to look pretty. They're there to do their job.
I saw, because everyone's talking about, like, it's the final render model of what's going to be released as the console.
It is not. It even says on the thing dev kit. There's a label that says dev kit on it.
It's still hilarious. I've seen it be shared multiple times over the past few days. I'm just like, oh. If that's what they ended up doing, that'd be terrible. But today, actually, the estimated cost leaked due to, I believe, Amazon. They're making a PS3 mistake again. It's going to be $500. That's a lot.
How much was the PS4 when it first came out?
4.
Because I thought the PS3 was 6 when it came out.
PS3 was 6, correct. PS4 was $399.
But you think about it though, with Xbone, the 1X, that still did pretty well. It still did well, and it costed $500 for all the power. You know.
True. But I guess we'll see how that goes.
Granted, they had a cheaper option though, so there's that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I could see Sony doing that, I guess, but we'll see. It's still, people are seeing that price tag and being like, ugh.
I don't believe anything until it's like E3, the influencer expo. Never. It's not going to be a thing that I ever get over.
No.
Still pissed about it. When they actually show it off and say, here it is, here's the price, then I'll believe anything. I'll believe it because it's coming out of their damn mouths. All right, let's go through. I have some different news things that I know DA will care about. And then
so
others.
Hold on to those if he decides to show.
Exactly.
15 minutes has become half an hour. Like brother.
So going through some different gaming news. Last of Us 2 got delayed 3 months.
I hope they're just adding the multiplayer to it.
That is a hope, but I am forever and will be for your game ain't ready, push it. Just fucking push it. Let the game
Agreed.
actually be good when it comes out. What do you mean, nah? I see nah.
Well, I think that was in regard to the multiplayer.
Oh. Yeah. Got delayed, and I think most people are okay with it. Oh, yeah, no multiplayer.
Yeah.
So we got that. Eat it, nerds, says DA.
Hopefully they bring it. I want the multiplayer. It's so fucking bad.
So the one dev lady who made herself famous at the Ubisoft press conference, Ikumi Nakamura, the It's Spooky girl, lady. She's been, I guess, in the hunt for a new gig because she left the development company she was working for before. Went to a bunch of different places, including Platinum Games, and she was in this humorous tweet with Hideki Kamiya, where he said, Okami is coming back, which got people excited, and then in that tweet, Ikumi's just like, oh, and just walks away. And people were like, but really though, is it? And which I thought it was like, just a fun, quirky way to say, hey, it is coming back. But then I read into Hideki Kamiya, and apparently the dude is a massive fucking troll.
That was
so it came out later. He's just like, Okami will come back someday, eventually. Ellipses. So it's just a dumb old troll. But I guess she's going to different developers and doing tours and seeing where she wants to go next. Let's see, gaming news. So this is just a dumb news article I saw. So new Jedi game, whatever the hell it's called, the EA one, it's coming out soon, and people are complaining that in this game you can't chop off limbs with your lightsaber. You could do that in the Jedi Outcast games, and it was humorous and fun, but it's EA, so they're not going to do anything that might upset potential buyers. Yeah. And just I think the resurgence of and push of marketing for Star Wars is they want it to be everyone come buy our game. They want to have as broad of appeal as possible.
So call it what it is. They want it family friendly.
So yeah, the lightsaber is now a blunt instrument versus a laser sword.
A literal laser sword, yeah.
So yeah, I found that humorous.
Yeah.
Bayo, the developer, someone said that no one should have glasses because they are dumb, and Komiya put everyone in Bayonetta in glasses just as a middle finger. That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate.
Pokemon Go apparently has been spying on you.
That doesn't surprise me.
I feel like any app, any game that involves any form of GPS location tracking, just assume they're saving shit.
Mhm.
Unless you read like the 300-page terms of service of whatever app that you're using and they say they don't, they're tracking you. So
Especially
yeah,
if anything accesses Google Analytics, which most apps do, you're getting tracked.
yeah, like that and the Wizard game that Niantic made as well, the Harry
The Harry
Potter
Potter
one.
one.
Both of
Yeah.
those, they are keeping that data.
They
And of
tracking
course,
you.
it's like, oh, you can just call us and we'll delete the data. But like, yeah, people would
Call
rather you
us.
not do that initially.
Call us.
Yeah.
Most people of this current generation and below have massive phone anxiety. They ain't doing that.
I actually got reminded today. I was talking some different game stuff with one of my coworkers, and I got reminded. Do you remember when my Xbox Live account got corrupted for a month?
Mm-hmm.
I just like recounted that story that I hadn't thought about in years.
Mm-hmm.
Just the shit I had to deal with Microsoft support and how it was
Yeah.
awful.
Dumpster fire. Microsoft tech support was a fucking nightmare.
Automated email messages that just cut off in the middle of the email message and started a new automated email message.
Mm-hmm. You need help? Fuck you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, their escalation was an email service, which was lovely. This was going on 6 years ago at this point, so
Yep.
I'm hoping they improved.
Nah.
Who
Nah.
knows? This would be something for BG, but he ain't here.
Nor will he be joining us.
The devs of the No More Heroes series, Suda51, and the devs behind the Deadly Premonition series, which I know BG and DA, I believe, are big fans of, are making a horror game together. So both of them are weird. So this should be interesting. That's all we know is that they're just collabing on this game.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm interested to see what comes out of their minds. Let's see. Gemini Man is slated to lose $75 million.
Wow. Yeah. We already talked about that.
Yes, in text.
That's true.
And the first thing I read thought when I read that was just like, man, I wonder how much they would have lost if it was Mel Gibson. So we talked about last week how Harrison Ford, Mel Gibson, and some other actor were slated to basically be in the role that Will Smith is in. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That movie was in like development hell for literally 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Literally 20 years.
And it went nowhere, even when it was finally done.
I'm wondering how much of that 75 mil was from the 20 years. Or like how much of the budget was from them, like, pre-planning and pre-planning and pre-planning and pre-planning and pre-planning. And then finally we can do it.
It's an interesting thing. I doubt it has to do with that. I'm pretty sure it's just production cost. Because it's just because someone's in development hell, it means they're trying to get casting down, and that doesn't really run you much at an expenditure. So there it's probably just from the moment contracts were signed, the first cents were handed over for set design, script fees and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's from the elongated gestation time. It's just the movie sucked, so the production isn't going to be made back.
Yeah, I do kind of want to see it too.
I have no interest.
See how awful it is. Going through. So, small little news tidbit going into a bigger tidbit. Apparently, the remake of Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, are ditching loot boxes.
Yep.
For the moment. We'll see if that comes back. And in that same note, there was I guess now a second report from the UK from the Children's Commissioner of England, who is like a subset government position that basically keeps or basically is a political eye of the will of the children of the UK, so to speak. And they wrote a report on loot boxes, called them gambling.
Yep.
And we're just like, yo, these should not be a thing. And this
Yep.
is the second report, and arguably the more scathing of the two reports from England. And this is on top of, Belgium and a bunch of other governments saying, yo, this is child gambling.
Outlawing it. Yeah. It is. It genuinely is gambling. You're pulling the wheel on that roulette machine.
And it's a big thing too, where in that report they were talking about how like peer pressure comes into play, where it's like, oh, it's almost in a way of like a drug addiction, where it's like, oh, all of my friends are doing it, so I'm going to get the loot boxes, and oh, this popular YouTuber is telling me to buy all this stuff, so I'm going to do it.
I mean, let's face it, in all these games, you look up any of the big YouTubers who play these games, and they have unboxing videos. Just videos dedicated to them opening up 50 loot boxes that they buy. They don't tell you because they don't have to, but the boxes are gifted to them. They're not spending their actual money on this. The game developers are giving them 50 to 100 fucking of these boxes to open to entice people to buy these 50 to 100 pack box deals. And that's a lot of fucking money.
Yes. Yeah, I've been tempted a lot in Apex Legends.
But... Really? That's the thing is, then again, I know I'm different from a lot of fellow gamers. I don't have that pull, even when I have the money to spend on stuff.
Mostly for the
characters.
I've
never felt that though. I can earn it for free. I'm going to, even if I can afford to buy it, I'm going to just earn it.
I don't play enough for that to be an incentive, I guess. Like Brian, he plays Apex literally every day. My roommate upstairs, and he has enough in-game currency to buy every single character 4 times over. So he doesn't have to worry about that because he plays the game enough to where it's not an issue. But I play it every once in a while with him.
Oh no!
Whoa!
DA's on his phone. It sounds like
new phone. Who dis?
Now wait a second. I have my headphones and they're connected. So I'm like, all right, I'll pop on in. I guess not.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Oh no, it's bad. It's really bad.
It's not bad. I've heard worse. His laptop is worse than this.
There is a good amount of background and rustling.
But again, his laptop is worse quality for the microphone. Believe me. We've played enough Smash where I know. And he's gonna be home soon.
Vroom.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Hey, you know what? We get the sounds of urban Detroit in the background. It's cool.
Bang, bang, my baby.
Yeah, that would be a thing.
Oh, if that actually happened, it'd be amazing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we've been able to hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. What about now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Tech genius. A+ certified.
Well,
Now
then.
you see, unlike my brother,
Mhm.
I hate being late. I hate disappointing people. Out of my hands. Nothing I can do. Hello, car. Keep on keeping on. You know, no drive-bys tonight. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Just
So-
live death.
what happened?
You just,
I dropped my taco.
As in, what happened that kept you?
I dropped my taco and I missed my bus.
Are you were
I was.
I had a taco, and then there was a big old rat. I went, ah! And I dropped my taco, and then I went, okay, I'm gonna go get me another taco, because that's what you do.
And the rat said, "Thank you for
And
the
then-
taco."
And then, you know, everything led to
I was
another.
even gonna be like, "Oh, he just probably got held up at work." No.
Oh, it was in like 2 times beef chalupa. And I'm like, yo, get in there.
and then you dropped it.
And then I dropped it before I even take a bite.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yep.
Oh
Didn't
my
do the
god.
brakes.
That is lovely.
Oh,
All right.
So I'm walking up right now. I'll be home in like 6 or 7 minutes.
Okay.
okay.
Um.
But like I said, I'm like, I'm gonna get some time. Unlike BG, who's just like, brrr. Ugh. He'll never listen to this. He's probably listening right now.
You're just gonna walk up to the house. He's walking out with his headphones
You're gonna
on.
walk
I
past
heard.
each other, him heading to the bus stop, you coming from the bus stop. You're like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I heard you.
I don't
B.
know this guy.
So since you're here, because you always love to hear news about Fallout 76,
Oh boy. You've heard?
what
Yeah.
are they doing? Legitimately.
The disconnect is
It's-
unreal.
So,
Go ahead.
Fallout 76 yesterday announced this brand new wonderful feature that they're implementing to their online multiplayer game for the low price of $100 a year. You get the Fallout 76 First subscription, which gives you your own private server where you can play the game, which still doesn't have NPCs, by yourself. You can add up to 7 friends. And you also get a bunch of fucking loot, which goes against 2 things. This whole thing goes against 2 things that they said like half a year ago. One, that all future DLC would be free. Bold-faced lie. Well, and then actually they stepped back from that like a few months later. They're like,
They did. They had to.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then number 2, that anything that's paid will be purely cosmetic. The shit you get in this has currency that you can buy actual meaningful shit that like makes you better at the game. And just by virtue of having your own world, you're not going to be against other players and have PvP where they can kill you and take experience or whatever. I've never played the game, so I don't know what the fuck that game does.
They take
But, like,
your stuff.
Just by virtue of being by yourself, you don't have to deal with other people, so that gives you an inherent advantage. So they just like, yeah, all that stuff we were talking about, where's the NPCs?
It's amazing. And then there's like stackable items and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then that's already Borg.
Mhm.
They $100?
Mm-hmm.
It's fine if it's a free to play game, but you done already paid $60.
Yep.
Yeah, the base
So now
game
pay
still is
160.
$40. The game is still $40. 2 years later.
Yep. After everything that happened.
Freaking Kingdom Hearts 3 is $25.
These people that are sitting there with their canvas that's not canvas bag and their moldy as shit replica helmet now get this thrown at them. So There are people out there that are Fallout 76 loyalists that are still diehard about the until 2 days ago,
I
we're
know.
still diehard about the game.
I know one.
And they literally, so like, there's subreddits out there. There's a Fallout subreddit, but there is also a Fallout 76 subreddit, which is where you'd find most of the like super dedicated people.
Yep.
The entire front page of this subreddit was, "This is fucking bullshit. Hey, Outlanders comes out this week." Or Outsiders. There's Outsiders or Outlanders. I'm forgetting the name. I believe it's Outlanders. O-U-T... Or Outer Worlds. Wow.
Outer World. Yeah. I was gonna say.
They're like, hey, so it's like, yeah, this game is bullshit. Hey, Outer Worlds is coming out this on Friday.
Yep.
Who's getting it?
Probably be a better game.
It's already getting great reviews.
Yeah.
Great reviews. And that Bethesda put this news out going like, hey, Outer Worlds is coming out. It's going to be a competitor. We need to give the people some news that they'll appreciate.
Give them what
$100.
they want, what they need.
$100.
$100 for Fallout 4.
Straight.
In essence.
Yep.
With
a worse version of Fallout 4.
Yeah, Fallout 4 without
Worse.
the NPCs. What? And the big thing
it's
too
amazing.
is the big thing too with this is they're like, Bethesda has their other companies that are making good games. Prey, I've not played it, but I heard was good. Doom Eternal looks like it's going to be another game of the same caliber as the Doom that came out a few years ago. But those are Bethesda's the publisher, and they're just their other devs. Bethesda makes 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Fallout and Elder Scrolls.
Just call it Skyrim. That's all it is.
And people are worried now. They're like, they're making all these stupid decisions. What the hell's going to happen to Elder Scrolls 6?
Oh my god.
Legitimate worry because people are thinking, oh no, don't do that. Like, people are like, Fallout, yeah, it's cool. Don't fuck with my Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls without fucking NPCs.
Like, they have Elder Scrolls Online, so hopefully anything they do just goes over there. But I don't know.
Doubtful. Highly doubtful.
I don't know.
Elder Scrolls Online is a straight up fucking MMO. If they try to do the action RPG that Skyrim was, but as a multiplayer, just like they did for Fallout, it's gonna be bad.
We can say stuff about EA and BioWare or whatever. Like BioWare, Anthem and Andromeda, they were train wrecks at the start, and just they never. And like they had their initial wreck, and then like there's little blurbs here and there about Anthem and Andromeda, but like basically all of the shit hit the fan immediately. This is a monkey who just has is constipated, but also has like a little bit of diarrhea, and just like every little once in a while just goes, meh. Just takes a little bit and chucks it. And little more.
This is a monkey with straight up diarrhea that has an unlimited ammo cache.
But it's also, I'm saying he's constipated, so it's just like a little bit. Like he waits a while and collects the shit, and then finally just chucks it.
Yeah.
Right in the zookeeper's face.
Yeah.
Or no. It makes more sense with the zookeeper is like, hey, check out this new trick that the monkey learned. It's the same trick. and the people that are there to watch the monkey just get a face full of shit.
Yeah.
Oh. It gives me life. is such a fascinating train wreck.
Fascinating is a good word for it.
Yes.
It's a rough one.
So we got DA, you still here?
Yes, I am. I'm setting up right now. No, I'm like, BG knows I'm coming home. he's gonna have the mic set up at least because BG is a piece of crap, and he'll just go, all right, we done with the podcast. Friggin' the mic will be all the way across the room. The friggin' stand will be on the roof. I'm like, BG, week by week, we know we doing this. Put it up. All right. Never. Not once.
This is your brother.
Where's the splitter, BG? It's 2 minutes before the podcast. Oh, word.
So,
Are you two gonna arrive at Youmacon on time, or is this are we worried about this too? Because timing with you two, fucking hell.
I think he's plugging in right now.
Yeah, he's transitioning. That's just gonna go into the ether.
So, Jared Leto is uber gone as the Joker.
Yep, big canceled.
It was reported that he was not happy with the Joaquin Phoenix movie and tried to actually get it shut down.
Yep.
He petitioned for it to be canceled.
Yep.
And I feel like, it was for somewhat water under the bridge. Like, they may have done some stuff in the future with him if he didn't fucking say anything. But now it's just like, this Joker movie's uber successful, so he's just like, fuck this movie, fuck this shit, I wanted it gone. So Warner's like, okay, bye-bye, go away.
We're done. Goodbye.
So yes, Jared Leto is no longer the Joker. Apparently, he's a prima donna as well. So there's that.
I mean, that's not even a question. I think that's been a thing in the community everyone's known about for a long time. He's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah. On the superhero movie note, there's been a lot of drama amongst different filmmakers about our comic book movie cinema.
This is a whole ass thing.
Oh yeah, it is a thing. So this all started when Martin Scorsese, for those that he's a director, probably the most famous movie he directed recently was Wolf of Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
And The Departed. Basically, the 3 biggest Leo DiCaprio movies that you've seen, he directed.
Yep.
Recently. So he basically was saying, they're not cinema, they're fluff, they're nothing. It doesn't deserve the accolades, yada yada yada. There's been some back and forth with other stars and other actors, especially those who have made these movies that are in the MCU. And then Francis Ford, is it Coppola or Coppola? Coppola.
Francis Ford Coppola.
He, who very famously made the Godfather trilogy, went as even farther to say that the movies are disgusting. That he's also not a fan, and just like they are a disgrace. And just there's been a lot of back and forth between the different directors, stars, what have you. It's been interesting to watch it unfold.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple people were just like, it's a couple of people in the MCU were just like, oh man, I like Scorsese.
Yeah.
And he thinks I suck.
Gunn was one of those people, I know for sure. James Gunn. But yeah, a lot of people too, though, were throwing out the, well, yeah, they make good movies or whatever, but, the MCU movies have made billions. It's like, ooh, no.
Don't do that argument.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's not where you want to go.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's just been a thing. And I feel like more and more voices are going to be added to that pot.
And that's one of those things where it's just like what you like. Don't say that other people shouldn't enjoy something or these are the wrong kind of movies or something like that. It's like, come on now, dude. I know you're one of the greatest movie makers of all times, but let people like what they like. Unless it's Godzilla.
For you, I was going to say unless...
Drew wasn't even here to defend himself.
I was going to say, unless it's Dragon Ball, I thought you were going to say.
Nah, you can like Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
Dragon Ball has, they've said it before, Dragon Ball has good parts.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there.
VG, I think he rated it at the end of our GT cast. I think he rated I think he rated all of Dragon Ball like a 4 or 3 or something. It's not a hot 0. Sure. I mean, Super's a hot 0.
The final trailer for Rise of the Skywalker came out. It was a lot of the same stuff. Like, they have no idea what the hell to do with Kylo Ren.
No, they don't. And it shows so hard.
Where it's like they're fighting, but then in another scene they're working together again. It's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing here? Like,
he just destroyed the mask and now he got it back on.
Yeah.
It's like,
now, are those flashbacks? Do we know? Who knows?
Yeah.
he's fighting side by side with Rey with the helmet. It could be like a force projection or whatever, but it shows them remaking the mask. I don't think that they would show so much advertising and marketing with the mask to just go, yeah, he never puts it on.
Yeah. She has a dagger, which I guess was in like the Clone Wars TV show or something. It's just a regular old like ancient dagger of something.
Freaking capital N nerds. When all those ships are on screen, they were like, "Oh, that's the 14AB from Rebels, and that's the one from Rogue One." And people are picking them out. I'm like, you guys are geeks.
But like what you like, everybody.
No. That was another DA. I've grown.
But I mean, but still, you know, the best part is the Emperor.
Yeah,
you hear his voice, and
wait.
that's all I really want from this movie. That's all I'm going to see. Is I want to see the Emperor doing stuff and being Palpatine. That's all I need.
There's a bunch of spoilers out there, just spoiler images, and some of them I'm like, I hope this is a fake because I want this exactly. So yeah, hopefully, it's gonna be. This is gonna be a very weird movie because it's gonna have to try to tie everything back together because this is the culmination of 9 movies. They say the Skywalker trilogy. So they got to culminate all of those stories. They got to please everyone. They're gonna wrap up the stories that they started with Finn and Rey and Poe and Kylo. Maybe sneak a little bit of Snoke in there because people want to know. They're gonna have to please people. They're gonna have to make an actual good movie about doing all of that. I don't think it's possible.
Oh, it's not.
Something's gonna have to fail. It's like that triangle where it's like it could be either be cheap, good, or fast. You can't have all 3. So
all I need from this movie is a scene very similar to Rogue One, the choke on your aspirations, where it like Vader turns around, the camera zooms into his face, and he says the corny line. I just basically need that exact shot with Palpatine where he just like something happens and he turns to the camera and just goes, "Good." And that's all I need from this movie. That's all I need.
I will show you unlimited power. Yo, I can't wait. Dude, I love Palpatine. Palpatine is like Bane for me, where it's just like Bane makes this terrible movie, and I love the Emperor. Because Ian McDermott is it Ian McDermott?
Something along those lines, yeah.
Yeah, he just looks like he's just having fun. And he's just an old dude. He's like, play it again. Everybody, yeah! And I'm like, yeah! I have no affection for this franchise, these people, these things. I like him. Yeah. And once it was just like, yo, Palpatine might be in this movie, yo, like, what? Oh, snap. Am I going to go see this movie unironically?
Yes, you are. WWE 2K20.
Oh my God, that game is a dumpster fire.
It is. Everything I've seen about it is amazing.
They're trying to patch it so it can be a dumpster fire. They're hoping to one day get there.
Oh,
I've seen so many things. We were talking about this yesterday. My favorite thing that I've seen is like, it was like Charlotte Flair who was like doing the figure 4 leg lock on someone, on some other wrestler, and the other wrestler for some reason is just very quickly in a perfect 360-degree circle around Charlotte, just being zipped around the ring, just foo 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 foo. Like, I will say, she's hitting all the ropes and stuff. The physics were good. Ropes were shaking, the ring was shaking, but just like, Charlotte Flair apparently has telekinetic powers.
They are not even. They did. How did you not test this hard? It's like they just went, all right, because there's something called the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's a ladder match. You go up there, you grab the thing, and somebody was like, you can pin people in this match. And you just go, oh no! It's the basis of the match. Oh, it's so bad, and there's so many gifs on Twitter, and I'm constantly on Twitter, so I'm just eating that up.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Again, like Fallout 76, it's a train wreck, and I am there for it, popcorn in hand.
Yeah. Yep, just sit there and watch it, because this is like I have no affection for this. I'm not gonna play this game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not. I don't care about Fallout. Why would I? I'll just sit here and watch these people screw up constantly.
Mm-hmm. I only have two other things. One, this is just no one here really cares. Apparently, there was a leak for BlizzCon that they are going to announce a remake of Diablo 2 and Diablo 4. And really, like, all I read about that is, oh yeah, Blizzard needs some good publicity right now. They need a bomb to be like, hey, everybody, forget Hong Kong. Just don't think about that. Okay, so, you know, I think we talked about Hong Kong stuff 2 weeks ago. And so the two big names that have been in this have been Blizzard and then the NBA. There's been a whole bunch of shit going on with the NBA. I saw a fantastic thing recently. It was a Clippers game, the Los Angeles Clippers.
Was that kid?
Yes. So they're showing, it's like, it's the dance cam, so everybody's dancing, whatever. They cut to people, and they cut to this kid. He's holding up a Clippers shirt. It's like, yeah. And then he turns it around, and it says, freedom for Hong Kong. And the cameraman just, like, pans while, like, jiggling the camera, like, hey, we're going over here now. It was like, oh, kid, fantastic. And then they cut to, like, the next people, and they're just laughing.
You have to.
It's fantastic. And this, I actually just have a funny little story about my niece. So, and I needed one of the comp bros to be here just because deals with a little black kid. So, you know, kids, they have no preconceived notions of any form of, you know, racism, stereotypes, what have you. So, my niece is, I think she's in a preschool now, like a really young preschool. And making all these little friends, and she has this little black friend. Just, you know, they play together, what have you. And my mom, you know, her grandma is like talking to her and just like, you know, tell me about your friends at school. And she tells them all this different stuff. And she mentions this little kid. I don't remember the kid's name. And she's just like, yeah, this little kid.
Let's just call him Shaquan.
She's just like, yeah, I wish I had a chocolate head like him. Which, from you know, this little 3-year-old's perspective, What she's thinking is, man, he has access to chocolate at all times. That's great. But
like,
just
no.
it's such an innocent statement from this little 3-year-old girl. But and just, coming from, white family, like, and other friends that I know, like, I've heard multitudes of these stories where it's like these little kids say something and it's not like overtly racist. It's just like, people will call black people chocolate or this or that. And just, innocence of kids where they don't know. They don't know about skin color or race or whatever, so they just think of the first thing that comes to their head to describe this person.
Yep, they just talk and you just go, Myself and BG were like that. And it got a couple smacks to the mouth.
Oh boy. So yeah, just I found that literally my mom told me that. She's like, if they're okay with it, you can tell your black friends about it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they'd find that humorous, so it's okay, Mom. So yeah.
So I got a couple things to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Head on out.
Let's do it.
Most of it is stuff only I care about. They showed off a little bit of P5 Stampede, the Muso game.
Oh, okay. I got really confused because I thought you like mixed up Persona 5 and the One Piece movie.
No. Oh, it was Scramble, not Stampede. Sorry. Oh, I can talk about that One Piece movie. Anyway, yeah. It looks good. It is set half a year after the game. It's super canon.
Oh, okay.
What are we doing here? What's
All
the
right.
dealio? Don't just walk in the room. What's going on? What's the problem? Couldn't even set up the mic for your boy?
Dude, I woke up and had 1,000 things to do.
Wake up 5 minutes earlier.
If I would have woke up 5 minutes earlier, I would have got up here at 7:55. You see what time it is?
Anyway, yeah, it's at a half a year and it's super, super canon. The dancing games are, especially the P5 and P3, those are nebulous canon. P4 is 100% canon, which is fantastic. But this is canon. So you got some story stuff. You got them coming back together. You got Muso. And it looks super good. I'm excited about this.
I'm
game.
literally watching this after we end this podcast.
It looks so good. Fairy Tail, both sub and dub have ended. It's a little bittersweet. Yeah, it's freaking Fairy Tail. You don't want to, but you just sort of like, oh man, I'm feeling stuff here.
Well, wait until
not because it's.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, wait until they animate the sequel manga.
But yeah, it's just like this isn't because it's Fairy Tail, and they're like, oh, I'm so glad that the little two kids got together. It's like, no, it's just because it's ending, and it's been going on for a while. This is just like it's ending all over again for me, and I don't like that. It just sort of sucked. But yeah, everybody did a good job. Everybody's happy on Twitter. People are retweeting stuff and like, hey, I remember the first time that I worked on this show and crap like that. That's great. Stampede is coming out next week. Can't wait. Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, boy. What time?
The 7 or 7:31.
Okay.
Are we going to see Countdown before?
Yeah, I'm going. I don't know if you going.
We going to the same theater or we going to MJR?
How far is it? We can talk about this later.
Yeah, I'm going to see it as well on Wednesday.
Yeah, it looks super, super good.
It looks like it has the same like either director or animation team that did Broly. Like the aesthetic looks very similar to me, and I am all for it.
Currently, it's sitting at like 60 million worldwide, which isn't a whole lot, especially when you said Broly made like 123, which is buh. But yeah, one of my little brothers is seeing it tomorrow, so yeah, I'm gonna get a little taste, a little sprinkle me, man. Last thing, Yoma, they released the schedule, and so they used to have 3 different autographs rooms with 4 autographs running most of the time, especially on Saturday. Bump that down to maybe 3 running at the same time. Most of the time, it's just 2. They lost everybody.
Everything got downgraded this year for Yoma. The entire con has lost room, and they don't have staffers. Everything has gotten downgraded. They're charging people the same amount of money for the same con that existed 10 years ago. People are really pissed off this year.
This is just a year.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just like, yep, this is, y'all can skip this if you want. This is just a whoopsie doopsie.
What's funny is if they released the schedule, but if you read the comments on Facebook, what we're finding out is that there are panels that no one has heard back about yet that are on here. These panelists have gotten no confirmation their panels were accepted or that they were going to be featured at this con, and they're seeing it on the schedule and they're like, wait, what? I'm not ready now. I never got confirmation my panel got through. And there are people who got rejection letters that their panels are on here and who are also not ready.
Yeah, but that's kind of what happened to me last year.
No, you got told last year that we had a cancellation. You can come on now. That's what you got told last year. This year, people are getting no confirmation. There are people who have been denied are on the schedule. There's no structure. Everything is a fucking topsy-turvy nightmare. Now, imagine, DA, you had from today until the day of the con now to set up your panel, and you had no... You do know what that's like. That stress people who are not neurotic like you are is stressful.
Hey.
Deny that.
Spitting truths here.
Exactly. You can't deny it. You know life your fucking panel for what? 4 straight days of like almost
no
no
life
sleep?
Everything that I'm passionate about. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this the panel in general here for detail specific purposes.
Yeah. If you're
you
passionate
know
about something, shut up and do it.
Most people have other things they spread their time out into, and so they can't know life and go full on neurotic fucking planning on. So it's not okay. It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, you ain't missing much versus. So yes.
I'm still looking forward to it. They still got a good number of guests. I'm still gonna get my autographs.
Who are you looking forward to, guest wise? I'm genuinely curious.
Okay, here's my list.
Yeah, I want to hear your list.
The person that I have the most
announcements. Do you have today's announcements as well? Because they announced Megami 33.
Who cares?
Okay.
I like her. She's a nice lady. Who cares? But the person I have the most for is Micah Solis, the voice of Soul. Micah Solis.
Micah Soul, the voice of Soul from Soul Eater.
Yeah, boy. Soul. I got 2, 4, 6, 8 things for him to sign. David Vincent, super good. He's Robin in Smash. Robin's like my third main. He's also the narrator of JoJo. He's in Kill la Kill. He's Grimjow Jagger Jack. And we all know how much we love him.
Yep.
Damian Clark Sale, that's fine. The music guy Tyson Reinhardt. Go ahead.
That's like the music guy from Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I'm just listening to people. I'm just going down the list.
Oh, okay.
Tyson Reinhardt, he got recently announced as Bartolomeo. I love Barto. He's in One Piece. He's in Danganronpa. Good stuff. DC Douglas is the best villain in JoJo, hands down. BG, can I get a witness? Hallelujah. Colleen O'Shara. She's the voice of Sora in Digimon. That's childhood stuff. Love that stuff. She's also Nell. I like Nell a lot. Amanda, I forget her last name, but she's in Danganronpa. Loves me some Danganronpa. She's got a pretty big role in JoJo. She's Boruto. Don't really care, but that's just another notch in my belt. The voice of Naruto. That's Naruto. You know, hey, it's Naruto. Yuri and Terra. You know, you got your Spider-Man going up in there. Bayo, P3, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like 11 people. And I look back at last Yoma, it was like 23.
So on the guest side of things, I don't think Yoma has a very big hurdle to overcome now because I don't know if you guys are aware, Awa has moved their time slot. They're a week after Yoma.
No. They are the week of Yoma.
Are they the week of? I thought the week after.
Mhm.
Yes,
Same
they are the
weekend.
week of.
Oh.
People who canceled Yoma are going to Awa.
That's what I was hearing. I thought it was just the following week. It's the same weekend.
Ooh.
So Yoma has a very tall hurdle to get over because they're going to have to start about facing on their guest policies and start paying people what they ask for because Awa is paying them.
Yeah, it's not a real problem for people like in Ohio where it's just like, well, this is closer. But somebody like right in the middle between Michigan and Atlanta, they're probably gonna pick Awa.
Mhm.
If not just for, hey, I've been to Yoma for so many years, let's change it up a little bit or something.
Yep.
So yeah, these next couple years, it's gonna be like Ruby, where these next couple years are gonna be very formative. It's gonna be very trying. It's gonna set the course for everything coming in the future.
They moved
Mhm.
Ayla?
They moved Awa. I don't know why.
Thanks, Internet Explorer.
Awa's guest list isn't even all that good though.
It's
got a lot
not.
of-
But
They got a
that's
lot
just
of
because
Japanese guests.
it's the last second.
Monster get like the best guess.
Matsuri had the single best guest list I've ever seen, and I couldn't go.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen again.
Of course not.
You
That's like
fucked up.
Shudo, where they were just like Dragon Ball reunion, 15 Dragon Ball people, get in there. Then next year it was just sort of modest.
Yeah. No, the owner of Matsuri-Con, John, is actually the head of Awa's Japanese guest department, and that's where they're getting all their Japanese guests from. They're focusing on that this year because he had some really nice connections from last year. And other than that, their Western guest thing is just getting reset. So next year they're going to have a lot more Western, voice actors, just because this year they didn't have anybody in charge of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why A was light on talent this year. Them moving and they're restructuring a little bit. Next year they're going to be a force to be fucking reckoned with, I think. Like, big time. Because they're looking to take out Yoma. This change in date was targeted.
I'm curious. I'm curious how many people went to Awa versus Yoma.
I have heard that.
Attendees or guests?
Attendees.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard that argument a few times. Where it's like, oh, yeah.
It's 32,000.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like, our background, A was basically the editor hangout con.
It is. That's where everybody worth the shit goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yoma was about 25K last year.
Yep. But with its current status, we'll see what happens next year or the year after.
Its current predicament, as well as now being directly competing with Awa, who has the bigger numbers. Eek.
Bigger numbers. And the bigger numbers, but the thing is, Awa's willing to spend their money. Yoma has a long public history. Apparently, I wasn't aware of it, but I've been having things shared to me where a lot of voice actors have come out and said that, yeah, Yoma doesn't pay us. Like, Yoma skirts their payments. So
That's
Yoma
good.
has a lot of issues that they have to deal with because Awa will kill them. Everyone says that Yoma's too big to fucking fail. A competing con of that size operating the same weekend.
I don't think it's gonna kill them. Yoma will always be Yoma because there's some people who live in downtown Detroit and just go, it's right across the street. I'm going. People like me, I'm never going to AWOL.
True, but should the con go below 20K, what does the ownership say? What do they do? You got to look from a business perspective. These people may panic. These aren't like real business people. They're people who just wanted to do a thing and are doing it.
Yeah, but once it gets to that point, they go, okay, time for a change. We need to figure out what's wrong. What are they doing better than us? What are we doing wrong? That's when you start taking to the
I agree with you, but that's not what's happening.
That's when you start taking the what are those things called, the submissions, where they just go tell us all the positive and negatives about the con.
Feedback.
Yeah, that's when you start taking those into consideration.
But that's not happening.
But it's gonna take necessity is the mother of invention. That's not.
You're not wrong at all. But how long do you give them for breathing room to try to fix that problem before they go over the fucking the Rubicon, before it all fucking can't be passed anymore?
I don't think it's ever gonna get to that point where they just go Yoma shut down.
Okay.
Because like I said,
I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying I want Yoma to die. I'm just saying I'm worried about the way I'm seeing this con develop right now. The past few years have been a downward fucking straight line, not even a spiral. I almost said spiral. It's been a straight downward fall.
I wouldn't say that.
It has.
No.
Dude, we got the year of the schedule printed in military time on toilet paper.
Yeah, that was bad. But what else was bad about that year?
We had the fucked up schedule. The app never worked. As Nate told us, a lot of their rooms were changed last second. So people weren't prepared, and that's why a lot of things were in. Nobody knew where to direct people to go for fucking panels. There was a lot of fucking fall apart when it came to the management of that year, and that year I'm going to call it the start of the downfall. And since then, it's just been progressively up and down. When Team 4-Star comes out and says, you are probably not coming back to Yoma anymore, this is a problem.
When did they say that?
They said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
When? Where?
A while ago on Twitter or on YouTube. I forget exactly what was said and where it was said, but they did come out and say that.
I've seen that as well. So
the thing is, Yoma didn't give them any help for their panels. We've seen this before. Their 18 plus showing. There was the one year where they gave them a setup to show off the Hellsing Abridged, and their video didn't work, their audio didn't work, there was no tech support given to them. Nobody came for fucking 25 minutes or half an hour, Mike. What was it? I forget.
It was a healthy amount of time.
And that was over half the time of the full panel just lost. They were pissed, and apparently they got no apology. And Yoma still didn't even honor all of their contract. Why would you go to a con like that? Like, why? So, of course, they said, you know what? There's just been too much, and it's not worth the stress, so we're not coming back. And that's why they haven't been there.
They were there last year.
Were they there last year?
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was 2 years ago.
No. It was this year where they said they're not going.
Okay, it was this year. I thought this was last year. Yeah. Regardless.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Not looking good.
No.
They're going to have to go down to go back up.
That's the hope.
That's the way I feel about it.
Because that con never came such a long way.
Yeah, it's never going to die. It's never going to... It may drop below 20K, but look at something like Matsuri-Con. Matsuri-Con should be way bigger than it actually is because it's fantastic con. It's fantastically run, but they're gaining like what a K a year,
about that.
So, and word of mouth, there's no reason why OhioCon should be as big as it is versus Matsuri-Con, which is in the same place. But it's just word of mouth. It's just people going, yeah, I'm going there. I've been going there for years. And that's just what Yoma's gonna be. It's just gonna coast on people going, yeah, Yoma's Yoma.
Okay. Now, do you think that Yoma's new time stipulations are going to hurt it?
Yes.
Hurt the word of mouth?
I
Because we already explained. We already explained this. You remember the time stipulations now, right?
I wouldn't. I don't think so. I think it's going to
schedule.
hurt the con, but not the word of mouth portion.
The schedule, stuff goes all the way up to 11. Wait, what day is that? Yeah, stuff goes to about 3 in the morning.
TCF Center. It does. You're right.
Yeah, that's why I always said wait until the schedule comes out before it's all doom and gloom.
Saturday looks like it's only till midnight though. Saturday it's only till midnight.
This schedule is a mess. What are y'all doing? Okay, so that's Friday going into Saturday.
Oh no. Okay, no, that's what I was looking at Saturday. That's why I thought it was 11. Yeah. But if you have to keep scrolling down to Sunday AM.
Yeah, Saturday goes until 3 o'clock.
This is a shit show.
Yeah,
Jesus
this
Christ.
schedule trash. I didn't really look at it, but yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, it goes to about 3 o'clock. On Saturday it goes to 4 o'clock. But then again, you turn the clocks back, so it's actually going to like 5. So yeah, that's why I said wait until the schedule comes out before you're just like, oh, they're shutting it down at 10 o'clock. No.
Interesting.
They wouldn't do that to your boys.
Because
it makes a lot of money. It's legit revenue.
Because originally the TSF rules did say that their events had to be shut down by midnight. So this is an exception to that ruling.
Now if they come in there at midnight with a hose and just go and get all of y'all nerds, go and get. That's when the problem comes.
I would pay to see it.
Then all the 18 plus swimsuit cosplays come out and they're like, oh no, they're multiplying.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to at least just hanging out at Yoma because our panels this year, because next week is the con, I'll just say it here in the podcast.
Yes.
Next week, next Saturday is when our panels actually happen.
Mm-hmm.
Next Friday or Saturday? Friday. Where'd it go? Friday. It's Friday. Friday at 4 p.m. We've got AMV 101, and then at midnight we have AMV Roulette in the Fan Art Theater 140 D, E, and F. That is the Fan Art Theater over in the TCF Center. So,
yes,
be sure to come down and check us out. Or if you're the ghost of Christmas Past that's listening to this, or Versus's dignity that's long since abandoned him, make your way down to Detroit.
I'm also competing in the Smash tournament. Won't get far, but hey.
Have you seen the fucking trophy they're giving away for that thing?
No.
Them boys pretty.
It's pretty.
Them boys pretty.
Is it on the Yomacon website?
Twitter. Yomacon Battle Opera Twitter.
Go to
but
Twitter.
Yes, it will be streamed. It's very pretty. I look forward to you seeing it.
Battle. Yomacon Bronies was the first thing that came up for Yomacon B. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, here, Mike, I already got it.
Okay.
There you go. There's the trophy and the placement medals.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
The logo and everything?
Yep. I really like the trophy and the placement finalist badge.
I'm gonna have to kill some people.
Medal. Seriously.
Because I ain't winning.
I mean, God. Yomacon's like gaming department is definitely the strongest department. Whoever is redeveloped it into the battle opera is a fucking genius.
The stage that they had last year was stupid. Isn't amazing.
They're doing it the same way again. Or they showed the setup actually already. It's pretty much the same. It's gonna look really cool. And I'm gonna laugh
if I like play
killing it.
I'm gonna laugh if I, play Smash. First round, I'm on stream and I just get demolished. So, are you getting in the tournament, Da?
I gotta look at autographs and stuff.
It's Saturday.
With
Saturday.
With platinum, they slide you one of them free tournament entries.
Ooh.
Do it.
Hold on. So Saturday.
I think it starts at 1.
Is it 1?
I think.
Saturday at 1 p.m. What does DA have to deal with, autograph wise?
Well, it starts at 1, but how many people get in there?
I'm just looking at autographs. Yuri Lowenthal, Tara Platt, and Mika Solisad.
Like I said, Mika's up there.
See, he could
They also
enter.
have-
He could enter,
They
but he
also-
might not play until 3.
But but in that same vein, here's what's going on in the breadth of 1 to 4. Yuri Lowenthal, Tara Platt, Mika Solisad, Fire Emblems, Amanda Miller, Brianna Knickerbocker, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, and Tara Sands, as well as DC Douglas, Damian Clark, Jim Ferrando, and John St. Jean. That is who falls inside the time frame of that tournament.
So, the autographs are actually not too far from the game room.
They're
so
not.
if Mike's still in there, I could just go. He could just go, okay, Da, they're calling you, and I could just dip. If I'm not
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that would work.
And I'm
fine.
probably going to
I'm
be
not-
sticking around for the other matches as well, so I'll be in there.
We don't have much else to do.
I will be all up in that. All right.
100 regular fun facts
Hey,
because I don't have a theme.
we
Fun facts.
we've
You
gotten
fucked up.
some of our best facts from these lists before. So, all
True.
right. You know what? Just because the number was mentioned early at the beginning of this podcast, good old 69.
69.
Ladies, fellas, whatever you got. That one sucks.
Get it? Get it? All right.
Oh.
Okay, Mike picked a bad number. 1 through what?
100.
100.
Okay. 64.
64.
Dun, 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 dun.
People don't sneeze in their sleep due to their brain shutting down the reflex.
Okay.
Huh.
I don't
So-
like.
Your brain is in low power mode. You're essentially in a sleep mode.
But
Or yeah, same as a
isn't that
computer.
one of the things where scientists are kind of like, yeah, we don't know what sneezes are.
Well, it's something
Well-
tickling your nose. Your sinuses.
Not necessarily.
That, no,
Because
it's
you
it's
can get
a-
a sneeze from the back of your throat.
yeah. So, but essentially, what that means is that the brain shuts down its reception of certain nerve endings while you're asleep, selectively. So that's why you don't feel if a spider crawls in your ear or in your nose or something like that. And that's why you quote unquote can eat spiders if you snore in your sleep, because your body doesn't recognize it because the brain turns off the receptor.
But why is it just like when the tiniest thing brushes my baby toe, I'm like, oh, what is it?
I mean, that's the outside.
But I
of
can
your
get
body.
elbow dropped in the chest, and I'm like,
That's your own personal court, man. Your body is just a whole fucking.
I
shit
would
show.
love if it's just like whatever causes you to sneeze is just like there the whole damn night, and the second you regain consciousness, it's like.
Yep.
just the biggest sneeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's an interesting one, actually. I like that.
I'm curious if that's ever happened to somebody, where it's just like
Oh,
the
it has
minute
to
your
have.
brain's just on, it's just like, yep, receptors are on, ding 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 ding.
Has to happen.
And what at what point? Because when you're just laying there, you're like, I'm like 10% conscious. Can you sneeze then?
Yeah.
When you're just like, yep, I'm like 10 seconds from going to sleep, and you're just like, oh, I can still hear things, I can still feel things.
And then you just go.
Is your brain turning on for the day literally like a goddamn computer where it's like, all right,
Yes.
we're booting DOS, we're...
Yeah, okay. Rebooting this part, rebooting the sneeze,
Yep.
rebooting the yawn, rebooting the
Yep.
eye.
Yep. There's a startup process, and sometimes I guess your startup list can get fucked up, and then you become like Amber, and you just can be woken up by someone breathing 2 rooms away from you.
Now I'm just thinking of all these dumb things that can happen during your sleep and comparing them to computers. So you know how like sometimes when you're like you put your computer to sleep and then like a ghost wakes up, like something wakes it up. I'm just like, to me, the first analogy that came to my head is morning wood.
You're right. It's a
Or just like you
cross-fucking
kind of wake
wire.
up and you're like, oh.
Huh.
Oh, well, before my mind just keeps going further down these trenches of, let's just think of, because, yeah, the next thing I'm thinking of is wet dreams, and I don't really want to go into that. So, thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. Pretty sure we are not going to have an episode next week, because we're all going to be basically in transit for, I've almost said MochiCon, or YomaCon.
By now. We will be there by now. I arrive at like
probably
3.
Not me, but most of us will.
Yeah.
I have to make pit stops now.
Of course.
Charge,
you have to charge your car.
Charge me car. All right, thank you everybody for tuning in. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Later.